A deck of cards was built like the purest of hierarchies, with every card a master to those below it and a lackey to those above it. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about hierarchies in religious texts and hierarchies in the modern world. Hierarchies happen all around in both big and small environments. In the sports industry, many women experience sexism within their sport. In 2018, Barr writes that, quote, from a survey of about 1,152 women and men, it was revealed that 40% of the women had experienced gender discrimination in the sports industry. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about hierarchies in the Genesis, hierarchies in the Quran, and sexist hierarchies in sports. I will be talking about hierarchies in Genesis. According to Genesis, hierarchies is as follows: God, humans, animals, plants, land or air, and then light and darkness. The order of this hierarchy is based on the chronological order of what God made first. The first thing God said in Genesis 1:3 reads, quote, "Let there be light." Then he created land, plants, animals, and then humans. The order is all based on what role each thing plays in the world. The highest in the order is God. He is the creator. He has all the power. Next it is humans and then animals. Genesis 1:26 reads, quote, "Let them have dominion over the fish in the sea, the fowl of the heavens, animals, all the earth, and all crawling things that crawl about upon the earth." Plants produce seeds and yield fruits that provide for animals and humans. The lands were made for everything to live on. The light and darkness represents day and night that provides lights for all other beings on earth. The hierarchy order between the Genesis and the Quran is very similar. The hierarchy order for the Quran is as follows: Allah, which is God, humans, animals, plants, earth, and lastly light and darkness, which is the same as the Genesis. Allah, or God, is of the highest order. He is omniscient. He is good in every way. And he also is capable of commanding and explains the punishments for certain actions. Quran 22:65 reads, quote, "Hast thou not considered that God has made whatsoever is on earth subservient unto you?" This text implies that everything after humans is of less power. A difference between the Genesis and the Quran was the way the hierarchy order was told. In Genesis, it is based on the creation, what God created first. But Quran was recited by a prophet of Islam. Muhammad recites the revelations of God that he heard in a vision from Gabriel. The revelations was a translation of the word of Quran, which is considered to be direct word of Allah. Although the hierarchy is from the religious text, there are still hierarchies going on in the modern world today. Hierarchies are still happening with sexism, racism, and much more. It could happen in businesses or even the government. Within the world, sexism is happening everywhere, but more specifically within the sports industry. In this, women are way below men. Many women don't get to experience and enjoy the same benefits or have the same opportunities as men in certain field of sports. As you can see in the PowerPoint, the bar graph represents how much marketing is put into every sport. And the women's sport all have the lowest amount of money put into the marketing. In 2019, Cottom writes that, quote, "With the pie chart, only 17.96% was put into women's sports. That is less than 1/4 worth of all the full department's expenses." This just shows how little people believe in or even care for women in sports. They are the lowest in the hierarchy. And although there are sexist hierarchies in this specific industry, things have been starting to change, and more people have become aware of the unequal opportunities that women are experiencing. The hierarchies have been happening all throughout time, and probably will continue happening. Sometimes people don't even realize that there is a hierarchy. In this presentation, I talked about hierarchies in the Genesis, hierarchies in the Quran, and sexist hierarchies in the modern world. In 2016, Evans writes that, quote, "Serena was once told, 'There will be talk of you going down as one of the greatest female athletes of all time.' Serena Williams said, 'I prefer one of the greatest athletes of all time.'"